Hey, fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. The playoffs are upon us. Well, not technically yet. They're going to be about 6 to 7 days from now, filming this here on a Sunday morning. But today, we're going to go ahead and react to the game last night, which was a nothing burger, but more importantly, get you focused in on what has to happen in the Sunday games later on this afternoon in order for the Eagles to find out who their opponent will be coming up next weekend. First, though, again, the playoffs are here. Type Fly Eagles Fly down below in the comments section because Philadelphia is going to the playoffs, and we are about a week away. All right, so let's go ahead and start with last night because, again, you guys want a little reaction to last night, even though it's exactly as I told you would happen, is that Dallas would play their starters, Philadelphia would not, and in the end, Philadelphia went ahead and lost to the Dallas Cowboys in, yes, a meaningless game. It's so funny right now to go on Twitter and see all the Cowboy fans, because I, of course, used to live in Texas, and so I know a lot of Cowboy fans, tweeting the fact that Dak Prescott threw 5 touchdowns, and, oh my gosh, 51-26, what a way to roll into the playoffs, go Cowboys, and you're like, first off, all the backups played. Like, literally everybody played that was a backup or even a practice squad guy for Philadelphia. And second off, wasn't it 17-17 for, like, a long time there in the first half? Like, the Cowboy defense was getting kind of worked by the Philadelphia 2s and 3s, and there were no starting offensive linemen. I mean, this is really a nothing burger. And honestly, I said this all week long, please rest the starters, and in the end, they did. The Eagles did the right thing last night. Like, 100% it was the right thing. Not only are they going to be more healthy going into their first playoff game, but they also now, by putting all those players on the COVID list and not playing them on Saturday, mean that all 12 of those players, most of them starters, don't have to test for COVID-19 for the next 90 days, meaning they're covered for the postseason, meaning they're not going to be out with COVID next weekend, which is really good news overall. So this was, again, just the right thing to do. Good job by Sirianni. I'm the momentum thing. This doesn't kill your momentum because the starters, again, weren't in. It was a fun game last night to watch for the first half, and then you turned it off and moved on, and you get ready for your opponent coming up later on this weekend. I will say, the fact they put Devontae Smith out there to get to and break the Deshaun Jackson rookie receiving record, fantastic. He looked great. He was a couple yards shy. He'll finish with, and then, of course, you got the catches. Finishes with 916 yards. Broke, of course, Jackson's record of 912 back in 08. This was a long time ago. Back when the Eagles went to the, when was that? That was 08. They went ahead and lost the Cardinals in the NFC title game. So they went to the NFC title game the last time they had a rookie receiver set the rookie receiving record. So I'm just saying. Gardner Minshew last night, I think he played well at times, but you got to realize who he's playing with. Backups at offensive line, backups at running back, and then trash at receiver. And the fact they kept Rager in there for the majority of the game shows you how high they are on Jalen Rager, which is not very high overall. The JJ, I think, of Whiteside drops. The pick was a drop of Whiteside, the drop in the end zone. It's like Gardner could not catch a break. I thought he was fine. He's trying to go ahead and win a starting job with another team. And based on what we've seen from Gardner this year, if I was a team that was desperate for a quarterback, I'd bring him on over. Like, I like Gardner Minshew, and heaven forbid something happens to Jalen Hurts over the next couple of weeks, I feel very confident that Gardner can win you a playoff game, much like Nick Foles did just a couple of years ago. Also, Kenneth Gainwell had a really nice night. I mean, I'm very much in on Kenneth Gainwell being a big part of the offense going into the 2022 season. I think that maybe Boston Scott doesn't come back, maybe Jordan Howard doesn't come back. You're going to have Scott and Miles Sanders, you're going to have Gainwell and Miles Sanders, two very capable running backs, and I thought Gainwell played very, very well last night. A great rushing touchdown as well. He has 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. Miles Sanders has none, which is crazy to go ahead and think about. All right, add break pin comment here, scroll down below, answer. Do you agree with Sirianni's decision last night to rest some of the starters? If you do, type Y down below for yes. If you do not, then go ahead and type N down below for no. All right, so the purpose of getting this video out here early on a Sunday is to break down what could potentially happen with the games that are taking place later on this afternoon, aka who Philadelphia could play and what seed they could be, because that is all still up in the air based on the fact you have all these games happening in the 4:25 time slot later on tonight. So I'm going to break this down. Again, a lot of moving parts here, so bear with me. We're going to go one by one and mention, starting with the most important games that all take place again in the 4 o'clock window. I'll throw the graphic up on your screen. Saints at Falcons. That one does have implications on where Philadelphia is, the 6th or the 7th seed. 49ers at Rams. Massive implications there. Seahawks at Cardinals, that one has a huge implication. And then, of course, Panthers at Bucs. All of those are in the 4:25 time slate. Of course, later on this afternoon. All of them have a big implication what happens with Philadelphia. Throw up the NFC Playoff Picture right now. Now, why does this matter? Because as it currently stands, Philadelphia is your 7th seed. So the 2 plays the 7. So whoever is the 2 is who Philadelphia will play. Now, if the Saints were to win and the Niners were to lose, as we'll talk about, the Eagles are the 6th seed, meaning they'll play the 3 seed, right? So there's a little bit of a variation on who you could potentially play here. And with Dallas's win last night, they're still alive to potentially be a 2, 3, or a 4 based on everything that's going to happen later on this afternoon. So let's go ahead and first first get into what happens coming up after I mentioned that we are so close to 23,000 subscribers. I want to hit 23,000 subs by the end of the season, right? So currently we're at 22,427 subscribers, and a lot of new guys have joined over the past couple of weeks, and I'm going to say welcome. But if you've not subscribed to the channel, stay up to date with the latest playoff news. We're going down below and hitting that subscribe button. It would greatly help out the channel. All right, so your most likely opponent is probably the Rams, right? So we'll start with the Rams. So the Rams win is kind of our first what if, right? So if the Rams win today, what essentially happens? So if the Rams were to win today in that 4 o'clock matchup against the 49ers, it does two things. One, it locks them up for the 2 seed, and so they would go ahead and be your 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. And it would mean that a Saints win would then give the Eagles the 6th seed in the NFC playoffs, avoiding the Rams, right? And I'm not very high on playing the Rams. You guys know I talked about that in a video the past couple of days. I do not want to play the Rams. So if, let's say, the Rams win and the Saints lose, then that means Philadelphia is the 7th seed, and they would play the Rams in the first round. So a Rams win has major implications. A Niner win locks the Niners into the 6th seed, and that means that Philadelphia would go and be the 7th seed and play whoever the 2 seed is, right? Is this making sense? I know it's kind of confusing, but I'm trying to make it as clear as crystal for you guys here today. All right, we'll get into what happens with the Bucs win. Well, before we do that, I want a quick shout out to our friends with chatsports.com/Eagles combo and the Eagles hat and t-shirt combo that is still up there, still on sale, and still what you need to pick up for the playoff run. Order it now. Hopefully it'll get there in time for the playoff game or maybe the next playoff game if the Eagles were going to be able to win. Go down below, link in the description box. Chatsports.com/Eagles combo is the link that you need. Pick up the hat and t-shirt combo because you need some fresh gear. Even though it's going to be the offseason soon, you get to rock the Eagles all offseason long. Pick this up right now. Link is down below in the description box. All right, so what happens if the Bucs win and the Rams lose? Well, it's very simple. As I mentioned, the Eagles would then be the 2 seed because the Niners are going to go ahead and lock up the 6 seed because they would have beaten the Rams. The Bucs would then go ahead and be the 2 seed. This, to me, seems to be a very likely scenario, and I think that the Eagles and Bucs are probably the likely opponent going forward. If it's not the Rams, Bucs, of course, are probably going to win because they're playing the Panthers, and the Panthers are trash, right? That's your 425 matchup where you expect Brady to roll, get the win, and then they hope for a Rams loss to go ahead and lock up that 2 seed, which would mean you would then move the Bucs up in our playoff picture to 2. Philadelphia would be the 7, and that would be your Bucs Eagles matchup down there in sunny Tampa coming up on, my guess would be Saturday of next week in one of those windows. Probably the late window would be my guess, but I'm not sure. That'll be determined probably coming out tomorrow. Would you guys rather play the Rams or the Bucs in round 1? What do you think? Type B down below for Bucs or type R down below for Rams. Let me know who you would rather face down below in the comment section right now. Okay, final one here. Let's go and get into this. What happens if the Bucs lose, the Rams lose, and the Cardinals win, right? So you talk about the 49ers are winning, the Panthers are winning, and then the Cardinals go ahead and beat Seattle. Seattle at Arizona in what could be Russell Wilson's final game. Again, they put all these in the 425 time slot. That way we know what's going to happen all at the same time, right? You see what the NFL did in changing around some of these times. So if this were to happen, it's very simple. The Cardinals then become the 2 seed. The Rams then become the Cardinals become the 2 seed. Right, I'm trying to make sure I have this all figured out right? Cardinals become the 2 seed. Then you're going to go ahead and have the Rams would be the 3 seed. Then you would have the, no, that's not right. Sorry. Cardinals 2 seed, Bucs 3 seed, Cowboys 4 seed. Okay, hang on. I'm going to get this right because the Bucs lose in this scenario. Okay, here it is. Cardinals 2 seed, Cowboys 3 seed, Bucs 4 seed, Rams 5 seed. That's what happened. Okay. We're not going to edit that out because I just wanted to make show you how difficult this is to think about. Again, NFC Playoff Picture is very, very, interesting in terms of how this happens. Now, of course, if all 3 of those teams lose, Bucs, Rams, and Cardinals, then that means it'd be Philly versus Dallas in round 3, right? Or I should say round 3 of that matchup, but Philly versus Dallas in the wild card. So that would be Dallas' scenario. They won last night. If all 3 of those teams lose, then Dallas is your 2 seed, Philly's your 7 seed, and they would play each other. Okay, one final thing. 49ers and Saints. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. I'll say it again. So 49ers are at Rams, and the Saints are at the Falcons. The Niners win. They're the 6th seed. Philadelphia cannot go any higher. They'll be the 7th seed, right? The Niners lose, and the Saints win. And because of the Saints Eagles tiebreaker, then, of course, the Eagles will be the 6th seed, and the Saints would go ahead and be the 7th seed. If the Saints lose, and the 49ers both lose, then Philadelphia will go ahead and still be the 6th seed. They would be the 7th seed, and that means that because the 49ers would be the 6th seed. The Niners have the tiebreaker over Philadelphia. It's early here on a Sunday. We're trying to get this all figured out. The Niners have the tiebreaker over Philadelphia, meaning that if the Saints win, they're in, and the Niners lose, then they're out. But if the Niners get in, then the Eagles are the 7th seed, and if the Saints win, then the Eagles could be the 6th seed. All right. Again, it's early. I try to get us all figured out. Sorry for the confusion there. But you guys get my point, right? It's easy to follow along. It's just 6 or a 7 seed. You're going to play the Rams or the Bucs, in my opinion. We'll talk about who it is coming up on a video tomorrow, I am sure. What's your hype level for the playoff scale 1 to 10? You guys are hyped. I know I'm early, but I'm hyped. You can tell right now. I opened my eyes. It was a late night last night. Scale of 1 to 10, how hyped you are. I'm at a 10, man. Let's go to the postseason. Let's have some fun. For Philadelphia Eagles now, I'm Thomas Mott. We are out of time here. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed. Play more videos just like this one coming up later on, next couple of days and weeks as we push towards the playoffs. A very exciting time here on the channel and for all of us in Fly Eagle Fly land. Again, I'm Thomas Mott signing off for the rest of your day.